Hello everyone, I am Tenuja Sadanandan from Public Administration Department and my CPM number is 27096. Today I am going to talk about an interesting topic about why do we need borders. So the importance of border for a country. Before we are learning about borders, the things we should know, there are three things we have to know about. So the first one is state, second one sovereignty, third one territory. So now we are going to focus on first thing. So there are two sentences given here. The first one is politically organized people of a definite territory. And the second one is it is the people organized for law within a definite territory. So what are these two sentences stand for? It is state. So what is state? It is a concept of political science because we are learning in political science. So basically it is political science concept and a moral reality which exists where a number of people living on a definite territory. A number of people is the population. So are unified under a government which in internal matters is the organ for expressing their sovereignty and in external matters is independence of other governments. So here are two things, internal matters and external matters. So this is state. So now we are going to focus on second thing, which is territory. So I given a definition from a philosopher, which is the state has its personal basis in the people, so it has its material basis in the land. The people don't become a state until they have acquired territory. So what is territory? Territory means the covers the surface of the land, which means the country, within well-defined boundaries, which is the subsoil, lakes, rivers, the lands, and territorial sea. So in Sri Lanka, we are covered by sea. So the sea is our territory. Now we are going to focus about the third thing, which is sovereignty, the important matter in this chapter. So what is sovereignty? It is the supreme power of the state which differentiates it from all other social organizations, which means the state have the supreme power which differentiates other states from our states. It includes supremacy in internal matters and independence of external control. Because of this, the sovereignty has two categories. Which one? The first one is internal sovereignty. So, what is internal sovereignty? The state is supreme in all internal matters because this authority cannot be shared, as I said earlier. So the supreme power that state enjoys over the and above all the citizen and civil organization which is located in a state is known as internal sovereignty, which means the state monopoly of authority inside its boundary, not outside. So the state holds the authority to punish individuals or organizations if they don't obey the rules and regulations of the states. So this is internal sovereignty. And the second thing we are going to focus is external sovereignty. So what is external sovereignty? Internal sovereignty has the boundaries inside the state and external sovereignty has the power from external things, which means if the state is free from undue influences and interventions from other states. So it's called as external sovereignty. For example, Ceylon was not externally free during the time of colonial rule. So these three things are important before knowing about borders. So now we are going to focus about what is border. So what is border? So here I give 2 points for the understanding about borders very clearly. The legal boundary between two territorial regions, a physical or political line that separates geographic area, which means the borders is two types, a physical or political line. So borders are generally defined as geographical boundaries imposed either by features such as oceans, lakes, rivers, or any forest or terrain. And another one, political entities such as governments, sovereign states, federated states, and other subnational entities. So, borders. Why are political borders created? So, political borders can be established through warfare, colonizations, or mutual agreements between the political entities that resides in those areas. Some borders, such as most states' internal administrative borders or interstate borders within the area, are open and completely unguarded. Mostly, external political borders are partially or fully controlled and may be crossed legally only at designated border checkpoints. So these are the importance. So why are borders important to sovereignty? So as we learned sovereignty before, now we are going to focus why borders important to sovereignty. Borders are essential for establishing and maintaining a country's sovereignty. So they are basically have several reasons for the countries to have borders. So first one, borders determines how far a government power reach, which means borders are crucial for maintaining control of populations, limiting access to labor markets, and maintaining internal security. Because of that, we are going to determine how far a government power reach. The second one, people within a country's boundary, outsiders follow its law and pay taxes, which means the border of the country is significant because it determines the extent of government's power, as I said earlier. The people within a country's boundaries are subject to its law and must pay tax. When traveling to another country, individual needs to be aware of and comply with the law of that country. The third one, if they move or travel to another country, they will need to know and abide by the law set there, as I said. The fourth one, borders protect from outsiders. So which means sovereignty is a essence of what makes a nation's independent. This ability of a nation to exercise full control over the governance of its territory. So because of that, borders protect outsiders from us. So the ownership of the state. Clear and enforceable borders are an essential element of sovereignty as they delineate the extent of a nation's authority. So the ownership of the nation of the state is determined by the borders. So the last one, preserving democracy. So borders are political boundaries that separates countries, states, provinces, cities, even the towns. They outline the area that a particular governing body control and enforce the law of that government within its borders. So it's preserving democracy. So these are the things we have to know about borders. And now I am showing some example of borders here. So there are 5 types of borders and 2 of them are already here. And the first one, Thailand, Myanmar and Laos. This is a triangle shaped border. And also Argentina, Brazil and Paraguay. And this is also bordered by the river. So here is a river. And other is Netherlands and with Mexico. This was this has the territory by the land. And here is India, Pakistan. It is from a satellite picture. So this is the conclusion about borders that I have. And now thank you for everybody for listening this. And I am Denuja Sadanandan. CPM number is 27096 and MC number also I have given here. I am from a public administration department in FMSC and undergraduate of University of Sri Jawaharlal. Thank you for all.